On Global TV News Prime, federal government reaffirms commitment to food security. In business, Delta proposes 936 billion naira for 2025 budget, laments economic constraints. On the foreign scene, a plague to ban organized nighttime pub crawls. And in Sports, Confederation of African Football delists Nigeria-Libya AFCON qualifier encounter amidst controversy. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Jumai Manson. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nicomsat. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has hailed the progress made through his administration's reforms, urging stronger collaboration between government, private sector and international partners to steer Nigeria's economy towards sustained growth and stability. The president made the call during the 30th Nigerian Economic Summit held in Abuja. Represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, the president highlighted the positive impact of the reforms undertaken by his administration, which he said were designed to diversify Nigeria's economy and reduce its over-reliance on oil revenue. The Nigerian Economic Summit serves as a crucial platform for fostering dialogue and driving economic policy recommendations. The Senate has asked the government of Libya to apologize to the Nigerian government over the ill treatment of the Nigerian senior male football team, Super Eagles, in that country. The Super Eagles had departed for Libya on Sunday afternoon, but according to reports from the camp of NFF, an hour to landing at Benzin, their destination, the Nigerian aircraft was diverted to Al-Haberk, a city which is more than 2 hours' drive from Benghazi. The unexpected diversion left players and officials stranded without any assistance from the Libyan Football Federation, which failed to provide transportation. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Naji, has stressed the critical need for greater female participation in science and engineering. He stated this at the Presidential Implementation Committee on Technology Transfer Delta II Program Award ceremony held in Abuja. The minister emphasized initiatives of the Renewed Hope Agenda led by President Bola Tinubu aimed at fostering talent among young girls, explaining by nurturing these talents early, we can transform Nigeria by the time they come of age. Over now to the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Aliyu Abdullahi, has reiterated the federal government's dedication to enhancing food security in Nigeria. The minister stated this during a visit to cluster farms in Buhari Area Council, Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The visit is part of the 2024 World Food Day, highlighted the importance of collaborative farming efforts in addressing food challenges. The Delta State government has proposed a budget of 936 billion naira for the 2025 fiscal year, raising concerns about the state's rising debt burden due to challenges posed by the exchange rate. The Commissioner for Economic Planning, Sonny Ekedeyin, discloses during the opening ceremony of the budget defense in Asaba, the state capital. He noted that the state, like the rest of the country, is grappling with difficult economic conditions and urged citizens to adapt to the current realities. President Bola Tinubu has expressed deep condolences to former Oyo State Governor Senator Rashidi Ladoja following the passing of his wife, Alhaji Mutiat Lajoda. Special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononaga, conveyed Tinubu's commiseration in a message where the President described the loss as a profound sorrow, offering prayers for strength and comfort to Lajoda family during this difficult time. Governors elected on the platform of the main opposition party's Democratic Party, PDP, has nullified the suspension of the acting national chairman of the party, Iliya Damagum. The governors have also nullified the suspension of the National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologmunogba, and National Legal Advisor, Kamaldeen Ajibade San. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has raided Urban Radio 94.5 FM Enugu, arresting a presenter during the live program. In a statement, the station apologized to its listeners over disruption of the program. Urban Radio says operatives abducted presenters and seized communication equipment without disclosing reasons for their action. For some time now, the traditional medicine practice has continued to gain acceptability in many parts of Nigeria, although some argue that the practice is often counterproductive. Practitioners are recording increased patronage on daily basis. From Kano, Global Television correspondent Idris Jibrin reports on how women queue in for herbal medicine. His report.
For several months, Habiba Sani has been suffering from menstrual problem leading to a frequent abdominal pain. Despite her repeated visits to the hospital, her problem still persists. But with the help of this traditional physician, Habiba is now free. So many people came here on daily basis, especially women and children, and we give them medicine, and by the grace of God, they used to recover from their sickness. Musa Kau is an itinerant barber, otherwise known as Wanzami among the Hausa people. He specializes in offering traditional health assistance to mostly women and children. It's a practice Musa inherited from his mother. This is a practice I inherited from my mother, and my mother inherited it from her own mother. So it's a practice that we have been doing all along. Although believed to be effective by many, especially these women who queue in here on daily basis, but conventional health practitioners argued that the practice is a double-edged sword.
The way the traditional medicine used to be given to people, the dosage, the strength, the traditional medicine doesn't specify dosage and strength of the drugs the way our own English medicine is.
But not for people like Musa, who believes that with strict supervision and regulations by government authorities, traditional health practice can significantly reduce the burden and pressure on conventional healthcare institutions across the country. From Kano, Idris Jibrin, reporting for Global Television News.
Many thanks, Idris, for that report. Justice Yusuf Halilu of a Federal Territory High Court sitting in Jabi, Abuja, has issued an interim order against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, restraining them from arresting or detaining a former Minister of Defense, Lawa Batagarawa, over a land dispute matter. The court also restrained the commission and its agents, privy, or anyone acting on their behalf from inviting, harassing, intimidating, or otherwise threatening Batagarawa pending further proceedings. The order was made following allegations that Batagarawa had been subjected to undue harassment by the Anti-Graft Agency. Justice Halilu also orders substituted service of the originating process and other legal documents on the EFCC and other respondents in the suit. The outgoing chairman of Kaduna North Local Government Area, Mukhtar Baloni, has emphasized the crucial role of internally generated revenue in the success of local government administrations, particularly in urban areas. At his end of tenure presentation titled Achievement, Challenges and Recommendations held at the Council Secretariat in Kaduna, Baloni stressed that IGR help supplement shortfalls with federal funds were insufficient, enabling the council to execute meaningful projects for the community. Indigo dyeing is an ancient tradition in the northern Nigeria city of Kano. However, a dwindling number of customers and cheap limitations are threatening the centuries-old industry. Many dye sites have shut down, and those still operating have been both their production and incomes cut by more than 70%. In this special report, Global TV correspondent Idris Jibrin visited the Kano's 500-year-old dye pits and now reports.
For half a century, indigo dyeing is all Dang Asabe Abubakar has known. It's a trade that has been passed down from one generation in the family to another. But in the last decade, he and others in Kano dye pit have watched helplessly as the business struggled and incomes disappeared. Well, there are so many challenges. As you can see, there are so many pits operating here, but today we have only a few of them. But low patronage is not the only threat to these people. Cloth making technology have changed over time. But not at these dye pits here in Kano. The ingredient and skills used in 1498 still remain the same today. Just 2 decades ago, there were 148 dye pits here. Now only 14 remain. The dumping of chemically treated fabric here, like in most African markets, is a major source of concern for local producers.
So since during the Obasanjo region, Obasanjo has given Chinese allowed to come to Nigeria to take our own work to send to China. The Chinese product, after Chinese people producing our own product here in Nigeria from China to send it back here and sell it in the Kantun Kori market. So that is our problem we are facing since 2003.
Many buyers prefer 100% organic indigo dyeing, but with fewer tourists coming and exports slowing down, producers are struggling to convince local to buy from them.
Now we are in bad situation of our economy in Nigeria. So Nigerian people, I'm calling them to come and join hand in this to saving Nigeria in this problem.
There is widespread concerns here that soon, even the few pits that remain will also have to close down, bringing to an end a more than 500 years of history. From Kano, Idris Jubrin, reporting for Global Television News.
The federal government says a petition by Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, calling on the United Kingdom to consider the Yoruba Nation was not endorsed by the UK government. The spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Eche Abu Ope, in a statement in Abuja says media reports on the petition were highly misleading. He explained that following media reports on the petition submitted at number 10 Downing Street by Mr. Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, the British High Commissioner in Abuja, was invited to share light on the issue. Now, during the meeting, the High Commissioner noted that concern that the matter was overblown, indicating that the media reports were highly misleading. You're watching News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, where News Prime returned. Nigerians' inflation rises to 32.70% in September 2024. Details of these and more right after this break. Please stay with us. Are you experienced in marketing for a television channel? Then this is your chance to join a fast-moving television station based in Abuja with presence on DSTV. If you're interested in working with us, send your CV to hr@globaltvabuja.com. For inquiries, 091-6044-2536. Application closes on Friday, 25th October 2024. Signed, Announcer. Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcasts of News Prime. Thank you for staying with us. On our business desk, the federal government says its plans to invest $2 billion to expand Nigeria's fiber optic network by 90,000 kilometers. Bosun Tijani, Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, spoke about investment during a visit to the vandalized Digital Innovation Park in Kano. In a statement, Tijani said the project aims to increase Nigeria's fiber optic capacity from 35 kilometers to 125,000 kilometers, strengthening the country's territorial fiber optic backbone. The park, earlier scheduled for commissioning in August, was raided by protesters. In a quest to further revamp the aviation industry by President Bola Tinubu's government, the federal government has upgraded the Muhammadu Buhari Airport, Maiduguri, to international status. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, stated this during a courtesy visit by the Borno State Governor, Babagana Umar Zulum, in his office in Abuja. Keyamo described northeast Nigeria, particularly Borno State, as a commercial city that connects Nigeria with other countries. Nigerians' headline inflation rate for September 2024 rose to 32.70% after slowing consecutively in the previous 2 months of July and August. This was according to the latest Consumer Price Index report from the National Bureau of Statistics. It is a marginal increase of 0.55% from the August 2024 figure of 32.15%, reflecting ongoing price pressures across the country. Year-on-year inflation has surged by 8.98 percentage points compared to the 26.72% record in September 2023. On our foreign scene now, Ukraine has denied allegations that it had supplied drones to rebels fighting against Malian army and Russia-backed mercenaries. It comes after Paris-based Le Monde newspaper reported that Ukraine drones were providing support for the Tuareg rebels who are benefiting from discreet but decisive support from Kyiv. Mali's junta-led government ended a long-running alliance with former colonial power France in 2022 in favor of Russia in a bid to tackle a year-long insurgency in the north. But it has been unable to quell the unrest and recently suffered heavy losses alongside its Russian allies. PERCU is to ban nighttime pub crawls organized by travel agencies in a bid to deter rowdy tourists from visiting and attracting more refined visitors instead. The Czech Capital's authorities say organized pub crawls, often aimed at foreign stag and hendos, will be banned between 9 o'clock and 6 o'clock local time. Deputy Mayor Jiri Pospíšil says he wanted the city to become a place where refinement and respect for shared public space are a priority. Over now in our sports report now, the Confederation of African Football has delisted the Group D second leg fixture of the ongoing 2024 African Cup of Nations qualifier between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Mediterranean Knights of Libya. The game was earlier scheduled to take place in Libya by 8 p.m. After the first leg took place in Gotwin Pabio Stadium, Uyo, the Super Eagles beat the Mediterranean Knights by a lone goal in the dying minute of the game. However, the return leg have been greeted with controversy after the Super Eagle players and officials narrated their over 14 hours ordeal at the Libya airport, leading them to return home. Manchester United has ended its annual multi-million-pound remuneration to legendary former manager Sir Alex Ferguson as the club's new co-owner. Sir Jim Ratcliffe looks to reduce operating costs, and the decision to stop the payment, which were made as part of Ferguson's role as a global club ambassador and a non-executive director, is part of broader financial cutbacks under the ownership of Ratcliffe's Ineos Group. Ferguson, 82, who retired as Manchester United manager in 2013 after overseeing the club's most successful era, continued to receive a substantial salary from the club in its post-managerial role. And now to end News Prime on Global TV, here is a quick reminder of some of our top stories again. The federal government has reaffirmed commitment to food security. In business, Delta State government has presented a 936 billion naira budget for 2025, lamenting implications of economic challenges. On our foreign scene, Paraguay has announced plans to ban organized nighttime pub crawls. And finally, on sports, Confederation of African Football has delisted Nigeria and Libya African Cup of Nations qualifying encounter amidst controversy. And that's it on News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we are on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nicomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms by using the Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching.
Indigo.